do you when is it when do you come to the point where you know what, we need to close this gap? We need to close this gap. Meaning you need to come here or I need to go there. Something needs to happen. When do you get to that point, or do you just ride this wave? What do you do?
Ride this wave. Okay. Shout out to all the young people. Okay. Uh, ride the wave. I like that. But I will say this: when say you've been doing it for 2 years, okay, traveling, you go to her spot, she comes to your spot,
Hmm.
okay.
Hmm.
Something has to be done, and both of y'all have your perspective, career.
Hmm.
Communication is going to be the biggest key factor in deciding. Hey, I want you. We committed to each other. Now, let's get a deeper commitment. I
Who
want you
who?
to move down.
Oh, so it's the
Y'all
man,
have to
right?
talk
It
about it.
has to be the man, though. The man
Yeah,
has
yeah.
to
But
make
look,
this decision. Do you think that? I mean,
yes,
even though you sit down and you talk and you say we need to talk, right? We need to talk. So you sit down and
yes.
you're talking, but it needs to be the man to make that decision, right?
Well,
To
look in this
close the gap.
aspect right here. I see that. I see that. Yes, he's gonna have to make the decision.
Yes.
But is he gonna decide to go up there with her, or she's coming down here with him? Now, before we do all of that, because I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna just up and leave if we not finna make this next step. Hey, people, family, I don't believe in living with no lady. I don't believe no lady living with no man or whatever. If we done been into this through the thick and thin, and we committed, it's gonna the wedding bells. I'm
So
gonna do it right. I'm
so
gonna do it right. So if
okay.
we're not ready for that right there, then why am I coming up there with you?
Okay, so you're saying, remember, men control relationships. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all on you to determine when this happens, right? To
Mm-hmm.
close the gap. So
Yes, to
what?
close the gap.
So it's on them. So how long do you do this? You do it until you get
I can't.
tired?
No, 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 Kane. I can't give a definition.
Oh, you just
That
don't know.
always have to be a personal. That yeah, that's going to be
Hmm.
what you was good for you might not be good for me.
Hmm.
Okay, say I'm in this relationship for 2 years, and usually, the lady wants to. What are we doing? I know you committed to me. I'm committed to you. It's been 2 years.
Hmm.
Well, I'm not ready to make that commitment or whatever. Okay, I might need another 2 years.
Hmm.
Yeah, you don't say it. You just how whatever communication, whatever it feels right with you. Only you can decide that. I can't give you, and I don't think you can just say, "Hey, in another year we'll be together, we'll be married, and we're gonna make this right here." No,
No, I ain't saying
no,
you
no.
know set a time limit and say, hey, at this point I want to be there, because you just don't know. But I'm
Yeah,
saying like
right.
you know. So you're saying long distance relationships can work,
They can,
but
but they come what?
so if they can work out, but when does the when do you get to that breaking point? Like you
Well, a
need
lot of
to like when?
Okay, just the distance is a big factor. Missing a person and all of those different things.
Hmm.
And long distance relationships are not the long distance relationship from the past. Because you got FaceTime and I'm seeing you every night. I'm
Yeah, but
talking to you.
we're not
You
talking
know,
about that. Yeah, that's
I know, but I'm just saying
technology today. Still, you know,
it helps. It helps. Okay,
yeah, but
it helps.
it's not
I
the
know
same. It's not the
we
same.
don't have that physical contact.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. You
and
because
look,
back in the day, what we used to do, talk on the phone all the time, right?
yes,
So I
yes, but
want,
now we're talking and seeing.
yeah. So I want to kind of slout a long distance relationship that I had way back in the day, right? So this particular relationship, it was with a lady that I met way back in Cuba. Cuba. You remember that's where we met, right? So
Yeah,
yeah.
man, you were 16 years old,
No,
man. What that ain't
how
no
would I be
relationship.
16? No, man, no. But anyway, yeah, I was in a relationship, and the relationship kind of, I mean, it was like boyfriend girlfriend. So
Yeah.
your
Okay.
relationship kind of, I moved on. I had PCS and left and went to my
Yes.
next duty station, and then it was like, yeah, we met up, whenever there was a time for us to take leave and everything. But then it was like it kind of like fizzled out. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It kind of fizzled out because it was just too much to kind of try to hold on to something that's so far away. Now, mind you, at that time I was in South Carolina, and she was in Cuba. I mean, that's a lot of distance there.
Hmm.
But yeah, I was like, man, this is, yeah, we gotta just kind of let this go. And if it comes back to fruition, and maybe we cross each other path or something like that, we just gotta let this go, because this
Yeah.
long distance, you know, it just wasn't working. And then that was one of the long distance. And then I mean, I have a couple other ones that were like when I first came in the military, because my high school sweetheart, yeah, that one, it went away. And then who I met in tech school or whatever, it went away because she went to Japan. I was in Cuba. It was like, what? Oh man, come on. So it was
Oh,
and you can say maturity. I give you that,
yeah,
but
100%.
yeah, and I was young at the time, but still, I was like, I really want, and yeah, we can talk. We make ways in talking and everything, and then as technology evolved, and now we can see each other and talk or whatever. But that's all we're doing is seeing each other and talking. Besides
Right.
talking on the phone. So it's like, man, I gotta have you here. So I need to make a decision. I need to make a decision on if I'm going to stay in a relationship this long, or do I need to come. What's the better benefit for how she feel about coming where I'm at, or I'll go where she's at, or whatever, right?
Right.
Look at the dynamics of it, and once you look at that
Okay.
dynamics of it, then it's like, okay, yeah, I can work with that, but I have to do that instead of stringing it along.
Right.
I
Right.
had to make that decision, and that's being mature. Make that decision, and it's like, you know what, we can't make this work. Or I'm finna change the game plan. We're gonna change the layout because I want to be near you. So
Hmm.
in order for me to be near you, I need to make some changes. Either I'm coming to you, you come to me.
I'm surprised, and I'm glad that you say that you would uh, talk and then you would go to her, because I figure the
No, no, no.
Canaanite,
No,
hey,
no. I ain't talking about.
she coming to
It
me and
depends
all this.
on what
What?
how it benefits
Mm,
the whole relationship.
all right,
So
thank you.
remember. Maybe I just left that out. It depends on how it
No,
benefits. If you don't want to see us, but you want to just listen to us, we on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, all of them.